It's the Treehouse.
I just want to address this very quickly because I don't want to get into it a whole lot. I saw someone on our Patreon commented saying, it's like, I'm saying something like, I'm surprised you have nothing to say about 97.1.
Mm-hmm.
Not having anything to say and choosing to say nothing are two vastly different things, right?
Yes. Yes.
Number one, we don't really need to say anything because we're doing our thing and that's our focus. And on top of that, listeners are already saying stuff for us. We don't need to say anything that a bunch of people are already saying. So
I haven't commented on anything. I've seen a bunch of the and to all those guys, you guys are awesome for doing that. Like a lot of the fan pages and a lot of just people in general. I've gotten a lot of, I don't know if you guys have, I've gotten a lot of messages from listeners as well. Like, so do you guys think? And I'm like, I'm just not, and it's not it's intentional. I'm not answering you. Like, I hope you're aware of that. I'm intentionally not answering you because it's nothing to answer. But it is pretty badass to have Rock back in Dallas because God, that was just.
See, it's badass for you, Raj, but it's some people took the format flip from 97.1 back to the Eagle pretty hard. So much so that apparently some folks have resorted to calling 911 about it.
Oh no! Do we have that? Do we have
911?
Oh,
of course.
Yeah, we got it from our source.
I'm not going to tease something and then not deliver it.
Treehouse 911. What's your emergency?
Hi, I need to report a murder.
Oh my goodness, that's terrible. Can you tell me what happened?
Well, it just happened, and I'm really sad about it. So it might take me a while to get it all out.
Honey, this isn't a talk station, so you better get to it. There's about to be another Eagle free flight.
Oh, what?
On 97.1 The Eagle. That's where they...
What? I'll give you a second to catch your breath.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, you good? All right, here we go.
It might take me a while to get it all out.
Honey, this isn't a talk station, so you better get to it. There's about to be another Eagle free flight.
Oh, what?
On 97.1 The Eagle. That's where they play a bunch of songs in a row without any commercial.
Well, that's why I'm calling. I used to work there, and a bunch of people worked behind my back to change the format of the radio station.
This sounds familiar. Is this the first time this has happened?
No.
Can you think of some other recent examples of radio stations changing formats?
There was Live 105.3, 103.3 ESPN Radio, and 97.1 The Eagle.
That's an interesting string of stations off the top of your head. How did you know all those?
Well, I worked at all those.
Whoa. You worked at all of those stations?
Yeah.
Before they flipped formats?
Mm-hmm.
And you worked there after they flipped formats?
Well, a couple of them.
Okay, I think I know what's going on here. Is this a confession?
Huh? No, I didn't kill all those stations.
So it's just a coincidence that everywhere you...
Guys,
Well done. Yeah,
this is serious.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's a 911 call. Lots of wonderful people don't have jobs anymore. So take this.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Is this a confession?
Huh? No, I didn't kill all those stations.
So it's just a coincidence that everywhere you go, the life gets sucked out of them? You're like that little girl in the X-Men movies. We need to get some gloves on you before you go anywhere else. And one more thing. It's not right what you did to that old man.
What old
man?
Sorry.
And one more thing. It's not right what you did to that old man.
What old man?
That Mike Reiner feller. Kidnapping him from that ticket retirement home, propping him up on a microphone and telling him it was the ticket all over again. There's a special place in hell for people like you and the Nigerians who like to scam old people.
But it was his idea.
Sure it was. You should have learned from the Treehouse Boys with Russ Martin. You can't expect to pull a weekend at Bernie's forever. Eventually, the body starts to sink. And you know the freakiest thing about...
Again, sometimes you don't need to say anything.
Yeah, I agree.
You should have learned from the Treehouse Boys with Russ Martin. You can't expect to pull a weekend at Bernie's forever. Eventually, the body starts to stink. And you know the freakiest thing about all this? The eagle has more lives than a cat. I gots to go. Mandatory Metallica is about to come out.
Someone asked 2,000 romance readers who the best boyfriends and girlfriends are from the novels, from their romance novels. And coming in at the #1 spot for top boyfriend in romance novels. Any guesses?
I don't know anybody's names, so I'm gonna go the Notebook guy.
That's a very, very good guess, Raj. In fact, it's such a good guess. Not only is that correct, the character's name is Noah Calhoun from the Notebook.
course,
He
yes.
took the top spot as far as favorite boyfriend among romance readers. But it also gives me an excuse to play this timeless clip from the movie adaptation of The Notebook, where the lead characters not only have to figure out whether or not they want to spend the rest of their lives together, but like the rest of us, also try to figure out whether they also have to figure out what they want to eat for dinner.
Mhm.
What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What
It's-
do you want? Damn it. What do you want?
I have to go.
That will never get old to me. It makes me smile every single time. It obviously makes Trey smile every single time. It brings joy to me.
I've seen the Instagram. It's a great. Some people do like a mix on there where it's like, hey, honey, so what are we having for dinner? And then it'll cut to that clip. So I've seen that, and it makes me laugh every time because it's so very true. So here's how I've solved that. Just a quick tangent. An ex of mine solved that dilemma
On what to eat for dinner?
Yeah. So what
Okay.
you do is what she would do is go, okay, pick two things and then pretend they're in front of you. Which one would you reach for first? Which one would you eat? And if that doesn't work, like try like in your head, go, here's the two places we want to go, and then eat your favorite dish, like imaginary, eat your favorite dish. And then that's whatever one you went, oh yeah, that's good. That's where you want to go. And it would take seconds. It was pretty cool. That's the only redeeming quality she had. I can't even make that up. That's the only redeeming quality she had.
Every other way, awful, but
100%.
she cracked the code on figuring out what a couple.
I'll show you how awful she is. Watch Trey's face. She used to order Johnny Walker Black with Coke.
Oh, that's gross.
There you go. That's if you can make that drink turn into a person, that's who she was.
Fair
Man,
enough.
if that's her choice of drink, I don't know what her choice for food was going to be.
It was always In and Out, but yeah, that's how I was like, I'm really hungry, but I don't know what I want. We'll put two things in front of you, and like imaginarily put two things, and now reach for it. If that doesn't work, now actually taste it. That's what you want. So for our listeners, that could possibly help some people.
Please, if you find yourself in that dilemma trying to figure out the age-old question, what do you want for dinner? Try that method and let us know if that works.
No,
for you.
yeah. Please video it. Video, telling your wife or girlfriend, hey, just imagine the two things. I want to watch this. Yes, please video it.
I would love to see this work.
Mm-hmm. Other top boyfriends, according to romance readers, Christian Grey came in the second spot from 50 Shades of Grey, and number 3, Edward Cullen from Twilight. Okay. Now, the top 3 girlfriends. Number 1, Anastasia Steele from 50 Shades of Grey. Number 2, Bella Swan from Twilight. And number 3, the dark horse, Juliet from Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well,
So I guess the romance readers were really big on Juliet killing herself for her boyfriend.
Yeah, like she should have been number 1.
Yeah, as far as commitment goes, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. She's like, she will die for you. For real.
So
Yeah.
all these romance readers being asked who the top boyfriends and girlfriends are in romance novels got me wondering. I wonder what my ideal fictional lover should be for you, Raj, and you, Trey. Who would be your ideal fictional partner? And I want you to do this for me as well, but I'll stall a little bit, give you a chance to think about it, because I've had a couple of days to think about this, and I've got an answer for both of you. Okay. So I have decided that for Trey, okay, Trey, I believe I have found your ideal fictional partner.
Okay.
And your ideal fictional partner to me is, hang on one second. Hang on, I lost my window. Your ideal fictional partner is Sharon Stone from Basic Instinct.
Oh, good one. Yeah.
Right.
I think I think the right mix of hot and crazy and is come together in one fictional character to be
That's
your
good.
ideal mate.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That took me about 5 seconds to come up with for you, Trey. That was pretty straightforward. That was pretty simple. There was a brief moment where I thought about Rebecca De Mornay's character in The Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
That's what I was gonna. Yeah,
but this is a little sexier.
Yeah.
I feel like Trey would be more turned on about his lover possibly murdering him with an ice pick as opposed to attempting to breastfeed somebody else's child.
And but she did try to murder the wife. And Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Yeah, I think that's a level of love and commitment that Trey appreciates.
Yeah, and I felt like Glenn Close in
Fatal Attraction.
Fatal Attraction was a little too obvious.
Yeah.
Plus, it really makes me feel uncomfortable to think about her boiling Daisy, Trey's Chihuahua.
Yeah. That's
so. Anyway, Raj, I'm sure you're probably wondering. Okay, well, who did Dan choose for me? Right?
Oh boy. Yep. Let's see what this one's going to be.
What? This isn't bad.
Well, I mean, let's see.
So for you, Raj, I think your ideal fictional partner should be. Make sure I don't lose my window on this one here as I share my screen for you to witness this. I believe your ideal fictional partner is Sydney Sweeney. Do you know who Sydney Sweeney is?
No.
She her most recent film role is Anyone But You with Glenn Powell. She's probably best known for her role in Euphoria with Zendaya. Basically, Raj, I haven't seen this movie. I don't know if it's actually an ideal character for you. I just know your type. Your type is blonde hair, big boobs, and I think that's your woman right there.
There you go. She wins. I don't even know what the movie is.
From what I've heard, you don't want to.
Oh, blonde hair, big boobs, and a bad actress? I'm in love.
See, I would have thought Raj would have been like, my mind for Raj, you're going to go more like 90s sitcom mom, like Mrs. Walsh from 90210. That would be.
Yeah, that'd be no. I wouldn't want to bang her. I just wouldn't want her to make casserole.
You want her to be like your Mrs. Garrett?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, aren't you glad I didn't
does
choose
that make
her
me
for
Arnold?
You?
At one point, does that make me Arnold?
Or Tootie.
I feel like we've got a Facts of Life reboot ready to happen with some surprising twists.
Yeah, that's the porn parody nobody wants. I went 90s sitcom as well for both of you. Like I think,
you did.
Yeah, I did. I think for Trey, I would take Elaine from Seinfeld. Because she's very pretty. She's got a job. She's very functional, but she's batshit insane and a terrible dancer. And it's hilarious. And just remember the Elaine dance Like, just I would see her doing that, and then in the back of my head, like a very proud Trey watching, like supporting, like cheering her on. And then I went same thing for you. I think like for Dan, I would go with Monica from Friends. Like, good cook, she's neat, she's tidy, she's adventurous. Apparently in the bedroom, according to multiple episodes. So those were my two. I went very basic. Literally, I went very basic cable. Is what I did.
Honestly, I think you kind of nailed it, Raj, because as Tara and I are in the middle of rewatching Friends right now,
Mhm.
it's not the first time that it's dawned on me, but it is a reminder that I married Monica.
Yes, that's
She's extremely organized,
Yeah.
and yep.
Yeah.
See, for Dan, I'm thinking more like Michael Knight. I mean, he had a great.
Hang on. Your ideal fictional partner for me is David Hasselhoff from Knight Rider?
Yeah, he had a great charisma, great connection with Kit. And I know your love and proclivity for, guys with bad hair and Trans Ams.
I'm gonna have to do it. You're gonna make me call 911 again. I'm gonna have to report another murder in here, and that makes you a serial killer, Trey.
That was fucking brilliant.
The worst thing. I can't even be that mad at you because that's really fucking funny.
Oh, my stomach hurts.
Speaking of being stabbed and romance,
Okay.
in our Friday episode of the Treehouse, I'm not sure if you guys caught this or not, but in the commercial I did with Daniel Cook from Cook DFW Roofing and Restoration, I asked him if I mentioned to him how I saw a story recently where a boyfriend and a girlfriend got into a fight, and in the fight, the girl stabs the boyfriend in the butt with a fork.
Mm.
Okay. And so I asked Daniel Cook, I said, hey, has this ever happened to you? Let's get Daniel Cook from Cook DFW Roofing and Restoration into the Treehouse now for your free roof inspection. Give him a call, 833-COOK-DFW, the website cookdfw.com. I saw a headline recently, and it made me think of you, Daniel, and your lovely wife, Carrie. There was a massive argument, and the girlfriend grabbed a fork and stabbed her boyfriend in the butt with it. She called it a light poke. The boyfriend told the police, no, it was a full-on stabbing. My question to you today is, have you ever done something that made Carrie want to stab you in the butt with a fork?
Carrie has stabbed me in the butt with the fork.
Oh, whatever.
Sometimes you ask questions in these spots, and you don't always expect the answer that you're going to get.
But luckily, I have a very muscular butt.
And then there's the answers that you don't necessarily want.
Yep. There it is. I was wondering, like, how much of the fork went into the butt.
With Daniel and Carrie, or in the story?
Either one. Well, he says he has a muscular butt, so I mean, he might have like flexed at the moment of impact.
Yeah, maybe he was preparing himself for it. Yep. Kind of like a boxer does, getting ready to be hit in the stomach,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe with a weaker man, Carrie's strength and fork might have gone straight through him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I climb ladders and I run and stuff like that. So, hey, it was not able to penetrate the gluteus maximus.
That was after he stabbed me.
That's truly a false statement. But
it sounds like you're taking a deposition.
Yeah. This dude cracked me up. But yeah, I thought it was interesting how the girlfriend, when police showed up, the girlfriend had told police that it wasn't that big of a deal when she stabbed her boyfriend in the butt with the fork. She says it was a light poke, whereas he complained, no, it was a full-on stab. And that's when the police, gave him tips on how to get a temporary restraining order.
Wow.
And meanwhile, Trey's thinking, oh, so she's about to be single.
It seems like, the litmus test for that would be, if the fork stayed in the butt, then, I'd say it's pretty severe stabbing.
Yeah, I can agree with that. That's a full-on stab.
Mhm.
If it just kind of like broke the skin a little bit.
That's just the tip.
If you're having to tell responding officers it was just the tip and it didn't even stay in without assistance.
I think it's hilarious that you assume he's going to call the cops and not just giggle the whole time. He's not wasting that phone call. I would, on the other hand, have I would call. I have no ass, so I would have to call. I would have to call for emergency services because you have clearly, if it goes, it's just whatever bone is there, like that's been bruised and or broken, depending on the fork. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, are we talking like a salad fork or one, or is it the meat fork that you use on Thanksgiving?
Yeah, exactly. Because that would devastate me. like I don't care. But like if it was like one of those like the little appetizer forks, that's just going straight into my lower back. That's what I call my ass. It just goes into my lower.
It's just
back.
one straight.
I mean, there's nothing there. It's very sad. I wish I had one. It would make sitting a lot easier, I assume. But
probably more comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, I have no butt. So my heart goes out to all of those stabbed in theirs.
Well, speaking of being stabbed in another region, women are paying $500 to get salmon sperm injected to boost their vaginas, which actually sounds like a power-up in a video game when I say it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, women are paying $500 to get salmon sperm injected into their vaginas to boost their sex lives.
Explain.
Well, I mean, it's for older women, and well, okay, I'll explain some more. And an aesthetic nurse who runs clinics in London, Liverpool, and North Wales said a lot of older women come to me and say they are not having any kind of sexual arousal anymore. So we do the O shot. They're reporting stronger and more frequent orgasms, increased natural lubrication, and greater sexual arousal. An O shot is a non-surgical treatment intended to rejuvenate the vagina and increase sexual arousal, and it's alleged to typically show results after about 2 to 4 sessions, and they cost $500.
Wow. That's wild. I mean, it could be wild, salmon. But
It's probably farm raised.
Either way, it's nice to see they're having an orgasm and they can swim upstream. This is great.
Smell, not so much.
Yeah, now that at least they have an excuse for that. Wait. You paid $500 for that?
Side note, a lot of older women getting mauled by bears.
We don't recommend you get this treatment and go camping immediately afterwards.
Visit us online at TreeHouseOnAir.com.